Good morning, sunshines! Today I didn't feel like doing a finished piece, so we are going to be doodling, drawing, and finishing sketches in my sketchbook. I'll be using a variety of materials which will be listed in the description below because I don't think I can name them all on the top of my head. The first sketch you're seeing is a drawing I did while watching TV. I was undecided about if I wanted to transfer it and make a finished piece with it, but today I just decided to just keep it in my sketchbook, and I used it to test out my new Copic liner, and it was my first time using it, and I somehow really struggled. I don't know if the nib is different than the Prismacolor liners I usually use, but I'll need some more practice with this before I can get some nice clean lines. It was shaky, really shaky. A little bit about the way I use sketchbooks, because I know a lot of people use sketchbooks in a lot of different ways. While some may argue that sketchbooks are for quick sketches only and gesture drawing and learning things like anatomy and perspective, I find that I end up not enjoying the process as much when I approach my sketchbooks that way. I think sometimes it's important to finish the sketches in your sketchbook and give yourself something to be proud of when you're looking back. There has to be a balance of learning and enjoyment in the process. I used to only ever do finished pieces in my sketchbook, and I was terrible at completing them. I would tear out pages in frustration when they were unfinished. I think this is partly due to the fact that in middle school and high school, people come up to you and ask you to look at your sketchbook, and they flip through it. And so I wanted to show the best of what I could do rather than have them looking at half-assed sketches and observation drawings. And in the last couple of years, I've just started to learn not to mind mistakes as much, and that it's okay to leave things unfinished and be messy. And since then, I've been a lot more efficient at completing sketchbooks as well as at drawing quicker. I also find that it gives my sketchbooks a nice variety to have some unfinished stuff and some completed stuff. That way it shows various stages of the process. So yeah, that's just a bit about how I use sketchbooks personally. The lady I'm lining right now was lined with a Prismacolor brush tip marker, and afterwards it was colored in with my Prismacolor Premier markers. I don't use Copics because of the price, and so the Prismacolors are probably my favorite alcohol-based marker to use right now. I originally tried to make the purple girl kind of grungy looking, but it kind of got lost. It was grungy in the sketch, but it got lost when I added the colors in, but oh well. And then the blue girl I'm doing right after this she was meant to be a test so that I could see if I could draw someone from an Asian ethnicity while still being somewhat stylistic, because I find that when I try to draw someone from a different ethnicity, I tend to go more realistic, and then it doesn't really mesh with the rest of the art. I think I did a good job overall. I really like the outcome. I think she looks really, really pretty. I decided to leave her hair white, but then her skin was darker and I didn't quite like the look of it, so I found that adding a darker background really worked, and adding contrast and making her look paler, which I really enjoyed. I want to do more pieces with markers in my sketchbooks. The problem with that is I always forget to add a piece of paper underneath, and then my marker drawings always end up bleeding through to the other side, and then it ruins the page for me. I bought a render sketchbook that should be arriving in the mail this week, so that should help, because these things supposedly never bleed through the paper. I'm looking forward to it because I do like the look of sketches and quick drawings with alcohol-based markers. I find that it makes everything look so clean and completed. Once I get that, I also have plans to do a 3 marker challenge and a 1 marker challenge, because why not? Finally, we have the last drawing in this video. It was a train wreck. I've been meaning to do some Undertale fan art since I finished playing the game last summer. I had this cool idea of painting my favorite moments in the game. It's when you go in this little ghost house and eat his ghost sandwiches, and then you lie down on the ground with him feeling like garbage. And it was such a relaxing experience, and I thought it was really funny. I like self-deprecating humor. I spent at least an hour not moving and just lying on the ground with the little ghost. So that's what I decided I wanted to do. The problems I had with this drawing is this is not a watercolor sketchbook. I should have probably used markers for the background. Oops. Anyways, this usually doesn't bother me that it's not a watercolor sketchbook, but the paper was warping really bad and I had trouble keeping the paint off of the characters. I usually would just use masking fluid, but I could not find it. I just moved this week, and so not everything is unpacked. I don't know where it is. The galaxy effect was just not happening for me today. I struggled a lot to try and make it happen. I was layering and layering, and I'd get impatient because it took forever to dry, and the water was just piling up in the crevices of the paper. No, it just didn't work out very well, but that's fine. I still do like the end product. Another thing that really bothered me, the tape I used. I've never had a problem with this tape before and I've used it in sketchbooks. But today, when I decided to peel off the tape, it just decided to rip up the paper. Like a lot. I guess I just have to be more careful from now on about sticking the tape to other surfaces to make it less sticky before sticking it down in my sketchbook. I'm a little bit sad it ripped off part of my purple lady's hair, oops, but I just have to deal with it. All in all, today was a very productive art day. I'm satisfied with what I accomplished. I'm not used to drawing in bigger sketchbooks, so it has been a challenge to fill the pages in their entirety. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and comment down below on what you would like me to draw next. I post art videos every Friday, so you can subscribe to my channel for more. Thank you for watching. Bye!